I suppose we have to register you as a lethal weapon.
Welcome back to Did They Game It? The podcast where we look at video games based on movies, TV shows, and pop culture. Today we'll be looking at Lethal Weapon for the Super Nintendo and talking about some of the movies. My guest is Sean.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. So, original buddy cop movie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, probably the best buddy cop movie.
I think it's the best, but I can't think of another one that's older, like for a buddy cop movie.
I mean, what, 87? Was there a buddy cop TV show or
Starsky and Hutch?
Okay, yeah. So I guess just take those adapt it for the big screen instead of the small screen, you know?
Yeah, it seemed like it became a thing after that.
Oh yeah. I mean, growing up when we grew up, you know, in the 90s and everything, there was always buddy cop movies.
This one was my favorite. So, Lethal Weapon is about Riggs, a cop on the edge, and Murtaugh, straight-laced cop, family man.
Yeah.
And then they get into shenanigans.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically the abridged summary. But yeah, I mean, it's like with anyone. You have, like, the typical straight man, and then the other guy, in this case, Riggs.
You a Murtaugh guy?
You know I'm a Murtaugh guy.
I'll be Riggs.
Shocker.
Yeah, they show his life on the edge in the beginning, and it's like, that's a Thursday for me.
Yeah, that's not even like, it's nothing to be alarmed about, huh?
I just don't have a trailer.
You want to jump?
Yeah, a lot of classic lines. Today we looked at the third film because that's the picture they have on the Super Nintendo cartridge, is the poster from the third movie. Little Joe Pesci's on there. He doesn't appear in the game.
That's a shame. Well, no, doesn't he? Like, he gets kidnapped in one of the levels.
Yeah, but he, like, you see a still picture of him, and it says Leo Getz has been kidnapped. Like, will you help him? I don't have the option to say no.
Yeah, just take him.
If it was real life with his character, I would have not saved him.
Right, Leo gets out of here.
But I think the third one is kind of where it falls off, because I just thought it went too deep into the comedy of it.
It was actually my first time watching the third one, ever. So I had never seen any bits of it to my recollection before today. And yeah, within the first 10, 15 minutes, we already were talking about how many just like try-hard jokes there were and slapstick moments.
And that was the weird thing about the third one, because I've done this twice now where I've watched it with somebody and I cannot remember what the third one was about. And I've seen it at least 3 or 4 times, I would think. And I couldn't tell you, and I kept mixing it up with the second one and parts of the fourth. I don't know why that it's just the third one. I cannot remember.
Well, we were kind of talking about it initially when we first started it, and you were kind of like telling me that you did a pretty good job of explaining it, though. You mentioned the cap and the bomb, and then there were like weapon smuggling and things like that. So I don't know. I think you remember a little more than you were like leading on.
Well, basically, it was once I start watching, it's like, oh, okay, now I remember that.
Okay.
Because I could tell you, like, what happens in the first one, the second one, and the fourth. In the third one, I was mixing up parts with the second, and yeah, I just remember little snippets of it. It's just really weird that for some reason, like in, like
Sure.
like all the Rocky movies, I can tell you what happened each one,
Yeah, they're
or
pretty
Star
neat.
Wars, but for some reason, this one, I don't know why I can watch that third one. And I'll probably forget about it in a month and forget what the storyline was again.
What happens in Lethal Weapon 3?
But oh god, that one guitar when the motorcycle went off the freeway. The comedy was not there. I didn't laugh at the comedy, but the unintentional comedy. I busted up laughing at a part where Riggs slides a motorcycle off the freeway, and when the motorcycle hits the ground, it plays this funky guitar solo for no reason.
Yeah, it almost sounded like it was the police siren.
Yeah, like they
thing.
tried to make it
Yeah.
sound like that.
It was wild.
And then when somebody dies, sad guitar solo.
Oh yeah, you get the sad guitar, and then you got a lot of saxophone still. It's it is the most like unintentional comedy of the three. I know there's a fourth one. Again, I haven't watched that one either. Yeah, like it's still a fun watch if you like Riggs and Murtaugh.
Not bad for a third
No.
movie. Definitely goes down. Definitely the first
Yeah.
one's the best. Two, from what I remember of 3 and 4, I think I like the fourth one better.
Okay.
I think just because I liked the parts with Jet Li with the fourth one.
Right on.
But I think the story itself is basically just on par with the third one. I think it was just the end that I liked a little more. And
Sure.
I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the last one.
It definitely kind of felt like it. I mean, with the way it ends, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's been what, 30
Yeah, it's
something
been about
years?
34 years.
Yeah, so I mean, sorry. But, the scene at the end with the bathtub kind of tying it back to the first part,
They
the first
kinda-
movie.
Get rid of that bathtub scene.
Yeah, it's pretty problematic.
So I don't even know if it's. I just, what the hell is that? Because
Nothing you want as a parent.
Because every time I've watched like the first one, and usually put it on in Christmas,
Yeah.
so I'll just get into that for a second. That's my Christmas movie. How people say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. My comparison is Lethal Weapon's my Christmas action movie. A lot of people don't agree with it. This is sort of our buddy in Christmas movie. Don't know why I worded it that way.
Yeah. Being buddy cop movie?
Yeah. But almost, well, before we would get together almost every Christmas and end up watching this
Yeah.
and have libations. And then you and I would do the famous Riggs and Murtaugh jump suicide scene.
Which is a great scene. I mean, the first movie, it's really where Lethal Weapon picks up. And from there, you're in it.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite scenes. And then we would almost recite it word for word until, like, if we had too many drinks, then it would get a little sloppy.
Oh, yeah. It was not... it was fun, and then it just kept getting more fun until it became probably too fun.
But it would usually start with you grabbing me and saying, "Get in here," or I would turn to you and "What do you want to hear, man?"
Yeah, and then it would just divulge from there and be like, you would just keep going.
Yeah, and then sometimes we would just go way too long. I think we did it one time in front.
Do you want to die? Yes or no?
Yeah, and I think we did it in front
Answer
of
the question.
in front of a whole group of people.
Probably.
Yeah, I think we just kind of went off, and then they just look over and see us yelling at each other at the front door.
Those guys are having a moment. Leave them alone.
Yeah, I think only like one person realized it was from Lethal Weapon, and the other ones just probably thought we were just too far gone.
Like, who cares? Cut them off.
Yeah, well, it was my apartment, so they couldn't stop us. But I pick it over Die Hard.
That's fair. I still love Die Hard, but I also love Lethal Weapon. So I will watch them both
I
on
watch them
Christmas
both,
time
too.
because they're simply just great. It's simply too good.
It's simply too good. But the bathtub scene, every time I watch that first one, people are just wondering, why is this whole family running in to celebrate his birthday while he's in a bathtub?
Yeah, come on.
I've never done that with a family member personally.
Nope, never will I.
And I mean, wife, daughter, son, all come in. It's so weird. And it's every time somebody mentions like how weird that is, and I can't argue it. Like, I can't be like, well, it was the 80s. You always popped in on dad in the tub.
Yeah, there's no justifying this scene.
And then they revisit that because that's one of the first scenes in the first movie, and then it's one of the last scenes in the third movie. So that's why I would think that this is probably the end, coming full circle.
Well, and to be fair, it's celebrating Murtaugh's retirement, not his birthday this time.
Yeah. But he
Yeah.
doesn't retire.
Can't retire on his terms.
Which opens the door for Chris Rock to show up into the fourth one.
Yeah. Well, the fact too, like that we were watching it, you're like, they always introduce a new character, and you're like, actually, they do. Every new movie, there's some new key, possibly character that they introduce, and it's like, don't know if we needed this.
Yeah, because they go Leo Getz, Joe Pesci, then Rene Russo, forgot what her name was.
I think it's Laura or something.
And then Chris Rock's character.
Yeah.
Who shows up in the fourth one. See, I already forgot her name because she was in the third one. We watched that like an hour ago, but I've already forgot one of the characters' names from the third movie.
Well, to be fair, we were like kind of talking and everything when she was when the whole movie was playing. So
You don't really have to pay attention too much.
yeah, you really don't.
But it does improve as the movie goes on.
Yeah, it's a fine movie, and obviously it's a throwback. They don't make movies. The style of movie making is obviously evolved and changed, so it's just nice to be able to go back and appreciate something like that.
And mostly we had to watch it because I wanted to see if any of the levels were in the movie because I couldn't remember. And there were two.
Yeah.
There was the police station where they steal the guns, and then there was the subway.
Yeah.
So at least they got that. Game wise, the sprites,
Yeah.
you can definitely tell that one's Riggs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it has the long hair, wavy hair flowing behind it.
Just the feathered Riggs hair.
That sweet, manly mom 80s look that he had. And then Murtaugh doesn't really stand out. He doesn't really have too much. Pretty sure the sprite has a mustache.
Yeah, probably. I think so. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, like, on the pixels, but I'm pretty sure it does.
And there were guns in it, so that's
Yeah.
like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the two characters, so no Leo Getz, thankfully.
Yeah. I just feel like they have...
No Rene Russo either,
No.
being that it's the third one.
No, there was no still shot of her. There was a still shot of Joe Pesci, but none of her.
I wonder if that's just, like, she just didn't get, like, wanted to be involved with it, or they didn't want her involved with it, you know?
It could be one of those things where they were just making the game already
Yeah, well,
when the
because
movie was coming out side by side or
it's
something.
branded as Lethal Weapon, but then it takes a lot of elements of Lethal Weapon 3.
Yeah.
And you said it's released the same year as the movie. So, you know, I don't know. But I don't remember any of the other levels based on anything. I guess maybe the what's the dock?
The doc.
In the second one, but
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering too, if they were just going to mix all three of them, because this came out before the fourth one. And yeah, I guess the docs were there.
Yeah,
So that could be from the second one.
the first one, maybe when Riggs gets kidnapped, is that like the sewer level? Even though it really wasn't a sewer, it was like a warehouse. Yeah.
And this is just like RoboCop 3, this is another Ocean game that distributed it. And I've noticed between the two of them, Ocean has a pattern of making very short games that are really difficult to probably push the length of it. This one, I didn't have to play it as much as RoboCop 3 to beat it, but I definitely got more annoyed with this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, for someone who doesn't really play games like this ever, I found it kind of easy at first, especially like to pick up and play, but as it went on, it was definitely pretty annoying, especially some of the puzzles and trying to figure out like, all right, what do we need to do here? And why do we keep getting trapped in certain spots?
Yeah, pick up and play ability I think was okay, but the mechanics of it and the sliding around, like when you jump and you slide all the time.
Yeah, I definitely felt like you're on ice skates.
And I had a real problem with sometimes because you have limited ammo on this. You'll run out, and I would have it where I would shoot, then I would jump, and sometimes it would shoot.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it was a controller, but I switched controllers and it still had the same issue.
That's a really good point, and something I'm glad you brought up, because playing it, you would be like, okay, I've got plenty of ammo, and then all of a sudden be like down to like 3 bullets, and you're like, how did that happen? I didn't even shoot that much. So I don't know. The timing too, like having to get the time extenders,
Yeah,
and everything was just a little.
the time killed me
Yeah.
on this because one of the levels where I just had to pause and didn't want to keep playing it was the fourth mission. There's only 5 missions. The first 4 you can go in any order; they're all unlocked, but you got to beat all of them to get the 5th door at the police station unlocked, so you can play that one. And the 4th level was just frustrating. I could handle the other 3 levels, but the platforming in it, you would slide off it, the knockback. Whenever you get shot, it knocks you back, and you just keep falling off these platforms, and then the time is running out. But the time's only annoying because some of the platforms don't connect properly when they're both moving, and one platform will go really slow, and you have to just wait. And it's like you're watching the clock wind down, and you have to wait 20 seconds for them to finally get close enough where you can make the jump.
Mm.
And then if you run out of time, you start back at the beginning of that section of the level.
Right.
And that was just, I had to, pause it because it was just getting annoying. I died more from RoboCop 3, but I just was getting really annoyed with the mechanics of this one.
Yeah, they were definitely frustrating, and it wasn't. I don't. Yeah, I haven't played the RoboCop game, so I can't compare it in that sense. But just there were a lot of frustrating moments that everything you've said, I agree with.
And I think it's because like the RoboCop one was RoboCop. Everything about it was RoboCop, and it made sense. Why he goes, this one, like the jumping and stuff, like and getting blasted back like that. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad of a game.
Yeah.
I would still play it again. It was fine. For a movie game, I have played much worse.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's something that somebody would want to play. I guess if you want to challenge yourself,
Sure.
because it's not really that long of a game.
Yeah.
If you don't die, probably 50-minute game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have to get a lay of the land.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because you're going to spend time replaying it. Because at the dockyard, once I got past that... Oh, so the reason we couldn't get further in the dockyard was something happened with the game where one of the like beams that would move around was gone.
Oh wow.
Because when I played it, I thought, how can we not figure this out? And then I realized that wasn't even there before.
Okay, so it was like...
So that's why we were so confused and like couldn't move any further.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, like because I accidentally knocked into the Super Nintendo and then the game kind of froze and reset, so I had to restart.
Okay.
And then like they were there, so I don't know what that was about.
Just some random glitch, but hey, at least you were able to figure it out.
But yeah, I thought we were really terrible at it.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, like it was there and I could easily just get across.
Yeah, because it was like there's no indication like that you're able to go this direction or not. There's like a wall.
but yeah, at the dock one, you have to jump on the ship and stuff, and then you kind of jump blind because you don't know what's coming.
Okay.
So that's kind of why you got to get the lay of the land on it. And then once I basically beat every mission once, because since you can go out of order, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like if you beat one and lose all your lives, the next time you come back and play, you just go to a different level, scope that out, and then that's basically what I did. I did the hardest levels first, saw where I was at life-wise, and then I'd either restart or just keep going.
Okay.
And the last level that you unlock isn't that hard compared to everything else. And I wonder if it's because, hey, if you got this far, you've earned it.
Yeah, you get the gibby.
Because there is just the platforming in the final level is just a little... I've never seen a PlayStation that functions that way.
I was gonna say all these games seem to have these fantastical worlds that you're like, how is this real life?
Yeah, I didn't think in the garage that you have these like floating boxes that go from right to left to get you where you gotta be.
Well, even the sewer system was very intricate.
Well, there's alligators.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta fight alligators
There's
and
just
sharks.
spikes and everything everywhere.
Well, I guess the main plot of it from Lethal Weapon 3 is in it. Even though a bunch of the levels aren't there.
Okay.
The final mission, they're at the police station stealing the gun, so that's actually in the movie.
Right.
I mean, that was the main plot point in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it follows the third movie the closest.
Yeah, where he kept saying the cop killer bullets line.
Well, I was wondering too, I was thinking about that. Maybe that's why, like, your bulletproof vest got shot off.
Yeah.
It's because the bullets that the enemies were using were the cop killer bullets, which was a big plot point in the third movie.
Yeah, so it actually was a little bit more like the movie than I thought. It's just maybe the alligators and the sharks kind of
threw it off, and
yeah, like that probably threw me off and all the spikes and everything.
right. No cat, no bomb or anything.
Yeah, well, there were bombs.
Okay.
You had to defuse a bomb at I think it was a shopping center.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and I still want to know in the third movie, were they just demolishing buildings in LA? because there was two buildings demolished in that movie, and one is a mid-credit scene for absolutely no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Like it was just a joke about how the building blew up in the beginning, but they showed like the whole demolition of it. So I was just wondering if they had several buildings.
I think that's probably what it was. Was like, hey guys, let's just, we need some really memorable, eye-catching scenes for the movie. So let's go with this.
Like, do you think that was they put that in after? They just said buildings are being blown up. Like, what should we use that for? You guys want to make another
I
lethal
would
weapon?
I would like to say they put it in, but the way it was filmed, maybe it makes me think that it was after everything was wrapped.
Yeah,
Because you don't even get to see them; you just hear the voiceover of Riggs and Murtaugh in the car.
yeah, I don't think that was them.
I don't think so.
Yeah, somebody probably just found out about another building.
It just threw on the Riggs wig and we're like, here, drive.
Well, now I got to get the one for the NES and see how that compares.
Okay.
Oh, and just for the record, again, played it on the original system,
Yep, always.
just so people know. Well, not always,
That's true.
but well, for so far, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to keep it as much as I can to the original system. And this game, I don't know how much it is now. I know I bought it before, the outbreak virus,
Oh.
and so when games are cheaper.
Oh, okay.
Because before that, games were a lot cheaper.
Got it.
Because
got
I
it.
got that, the box, and the whole thing. I think it was only like $12.
Yeah, I remember when you first bought it, you're like really excited, and you invited me over and we played it a little, but yeah, like you always were like finding deals back then, and like I got all these games for like. Did it come with the Home Alone or Home Improvement game?
No.
Okay.
No, this one, I think I bought Beethoven with it. Whoever was selling it on eBay, they
Not the
had...
composer.
No. They had this one boxed, and they had Beethoven's, I think it's Beethoven's second.
No, nice.
And that was, we'll probably play that. Because I got that somewhere
Let's
too.
do it, man. Fire it up.
Yeah, basically the games I'm playing so far are ones I'm just finding around the house. Except for I did buy Starsky and Hutch for the GameCube, so we're probably going to check that one out and talk about it. I know we're going to check it out.
Definitely, yeah.
Then I got to find Starsky and Hutch episode for us to watch.
I'm sure there's on YouTube. I don't know. Who owns the rights now? Is it Peacock, whatever? I don't know.
Man, I'm not sure. It's probably somewhere
We'll
streaming.
figure it out.
Yeah, another Lethal Weapon news. There's still supposed to be a fifth one.
I'm not like excited, but I am kind of excited.
I don't know what Danny Glover has left. He was too old for this shit in 1987.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole like this one was supposed to be him being him too old for this shit, and now then they had the fourth one in '98.
I mean, it's just going to be crazy because he was talking about retirement 40 years ago. But
Yes.
because it's not coming out. I don't think it's going to come out this year.
I haven't even heard about it, so
I just heard that the director, he died, and then now Mel Gibson's going to direct.
okay, so it's just maybe just Mel Gibson like throwing out pipe dreams.
Yeah, because I heard about them doing the movie about 3 years ago or 2 years ago. They like announced it, or I heard about it, and then the director passed. Now Mel Gibson's going to take over, but it's like, yeah, I don't know what Danny Glover has left because he's up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean Mel Gibson's up there
Well,
too.
yeah,
now,
Mel
so,
Gibson's up there too, but I think he still has that crazy factor.
Definitely has the crazy fact.
Yeah, he can still bring that to a role. I think he can still bring that. It's just, can Murtaugh still move? Can Danny Glover?
Why would he still be like
He would.
employed?
Yeah, that's what I
He'd
mean.
have to be retired.
And I just hope they don't bring back that weird plot where it's like somebody's son trying to get revenge or something. Like Gary Busey's son, bring in old Jake Busey.
Leo gets his son. You still only owe me for my tires.
Yeah, go get Jake Busey.
They did that. God, that was an annoying scene.
Yeah, that was another thing too. Some of the comedy scenes went on too long.
Yeah.
Like the whole bomb diffusing, because it's like an SNL skit or a MacGruber skit, like you said.
I was like, is this a Gruber skit?
Where it just kind of kept going on. And it's like, we get the joke. And that's a thing where it kind of goes away from the first and second one, where it kind of tried too hard to make a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, definitely. It was unfortunate, but not that terrible.
It didn't
You could get
kill it.
beyond it. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't kill the movie for me. It was just I didn't really like the first half hour, and
Yeah,
then it picked up.
it did. It was kind of like it was like a couple of movies like rolled into one.
Yeah, it felt like you said, is this Rush Hour?
Yeah,
Yeah, it felt more like Rush Hour.
the template for the other buddy cop movies to be spawned.
Yeah, which I didn't mind Rush Hour either.
No, Rush Hour was fun.
But that's what it felt like, Rush Hour.
Yeah.
And then once they got over that and actually got into the plot of the film, it really wasn't bad for a third movie.
No. No. Honestly, I don't know, maybe I'm just jaded with movies nowadays or like the last 10 or so years, but like I kind of miss these movies.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I will too.
Because, I mean, they're within the realm of belief, I suppose, where it's like, yeah, it could happen. I doubt it, but it could happen. It's
Right.
not, like you said, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's not so over the top.
Because I get caught up on small things. Like when we were watching it earlier, and the main ringleader of the criminal gang goes in and does the dirty work and shoots a witness at the police
Yeah.
station. And it's like, no, like with cameras and everything, the head kingpin is not coming in to do this job.
Not only that, he's like talking to like one of the desk guys too. And so it's like that guy saw him. He was the only guy to go in there, and then the witness is dead, and he leaves.
And he was a former cop.
Yeah, it's like
So somebody.
you are. We know who did it.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, yeah, I know Jack.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I thought too. And it's no kingpin of an organization goes in and does that kind of job
not at all.
at a police station. It was just, see, but that's what I mean about my realm of disbelief. Is like,
Yeah,
that's what caught me.
yeah.
All the other stuff they did where it's like
The explosions and things like that. Yeah, maybe that's possible.
yeah, them blowing up a building out of hubris.
Yeah,
I could see somebody doing that. I could not see a kingpin just going in by himself.
right.
Or the guy who wanted to buy illegal ammunition with a credit card or
Yeah.
whatever. He's in a car saying he needs more ammo, and he has like American Express out.
Yeah,
And I thought, why don't you just write a check?
yeah.
Just put 4
That's
illegal
not even
ammo.
intentional comedy though. Those are like, it's like, all right, we just have to laugh.
Yeah, because the jokes were not landing.
No.
And
Yeah,
what was that classic Uranus one?
yeah, right. Got him with that.
And then the cop killer bullets, where for some reason Rene Russo wearing 2 bulletproof vests, it doesn't go through. But a bucket on heavy machinery, the bullets fly right through and hit the bad guy.
Yeah,
It's if it goes through like 2 or 3 plates of steel, it can go through 2 bulletproof vests.
I would think so.
And see, that's just the stuff where it's like that's where you lose me.
Yeah,
Because mostly I mean the other stuff it's like I guess that could happen.
right.
By
And-
the laws of nature, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a little bit of over the topness, but yeah, some of it's like, okay, I don't know. That's much more of a stretch than some of the other things.
But yeah, like I get what you're saying because there's a lot of older movies that if I haven't seen them, I'm probably still more excited to see those than a lot of newer movies.
Oh, 1,000%. Well, and just the fact that I'm like, actually, don't hate that movie. Would I have said that, like, had I been around at the time? Maybe. I would have been like, too much. But now, I'm like, I can go back and be like, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's not as over the top in
Yeah.
DC. Because I don't even know just movie theaters in general and movies coming out. I used to know what was coming out and be like, oh, I'm gonna see like probably usually 2 movies a month I
Yeah.
would see, and then it kept dwindling. And now I barely ever go to the movies.
For sure. I was going to say, it's just kind of like a bygone era, so it's like, I kind of miss this, and I appreciate it because we don't have it anymore. I don't know, for me, I went to the movies last night, and I saw, it's called How to Make a Killing.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, but I guess, I don't know, I'm pretty easily entertained, so maybe when this comes out, it'll be like, oh, either that aged poorly, that take, or it was a good take. I don't know. I don't really care. I liked it. I do enjoy doing that, just going to the movies. Now, there's not like a ton of stuff that I go and watch, but every now, I feel like once a month there's something where I'm like, all right, I'm going to go check that out.
Yeah, see, I kind of want to start going back to the movies, but there's really just never anything that... The last thing I saw in theaters was they were showing Ghostbusters again. So
Okay.
I went and just saw the original Ghostbusters in theaters. but they only charge $5,
Right.
and that's my favorite movie, so I'll always go see that.
Definitely.
And I don't know when I'm going to get to covering that in this podcast.
You got a lot out there. There's a lot of material for this podcast, which is the good thing. That there's no shortage of movies that have been made into video games.
Yeah, other than that, I can't remember like the last new movie I saw. I don't know. It might have been Deadpool and Wolverine. And that was a couple years ago.
I was going to say, that's a long time ago.
I think that might be it.
Well, and streaming and everything. But I do like the movie experience. Now, it got a little annoying. There was some sound issues, but it wasn't bad, right? You could, if everyone's quiet like you're supposed to be, you could hear what the characters were saying.
Yeah.
But if they weren't, and there was talking, then it became hard. And the movie had just started, and yeah, the sound was low, but this woman was talking to whoever she was there with, and she was like complaining about how you couldn't hear it. And you're like, I was just thinking to myself, like, lady, if you just stop talking, there is no problem. Like, your ears will adjust and you'll be able to tune into the audio. You know, it's still louder than normal volume. And she was like, should I go say something? Da-da-da. And she's like rows away from me too. Like, it wasn't very packed theater. There was maybe like 10 people in there. But it was just, it was like annoying. And I was like, I hope to God she doesn't do this throughout the entire movie. And then, like, either her or the person she was with went down. And then, like, I think they kind of adjusted it, but it still didn't, like, work 100%. But it was fine. You know? But it's just one of those, like, situations where I was like, oh my God.
See, that's another thing I dread. Because nobody says anything, and it's like, I'm going to have to be the guy to say so. Because I remember I had to do that to this was like years ago, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and I took my niece to go see a movie, and then like somebody in front, it's more than that, it was Endgame, Avengers Endgame. So yeah, so I took her there for her birthday, and the dude in front of us, he's probably like 17 or something, is on his phone texting the whole time, and it's like pretty bright, and it was right in front of us, and I had to just lean forward and went, hey, that's enough. If you don't want to watch the movie, you can just leave. And like, because I could tell she was getting annoyed, but she didn't want to say anything. Right. So I just told him that, and he like put his phone down and then got up and left. And I thought, did you actually pay for this ticket? Because you can't be on your phone. You're going to waste like, what, $12 or however much it is.
Right.
And like, the thing was, the messages, I could see them. Dude, he was sending way too many emojis and like without a response. And I was just going to tell him, buddy, you got to move on. She's not into this situation. You've chased her off.
That's a rough situation for the guy.
Dude, it was like 4 messages in a row with, I mean, they probably had like 6 emojis in each message.
Ooh,
yeah. And I was watching it, and it was like, what was sad, because it was like a line of laughing faces, and it was like the 3rd message. It's like, dude, are you like, did you ask her out? And then when she didn't respond, JK, and a bunch of yeah. But I mean, maybe that's why he left. It looked like he wasn't having a good evening to begin with.
Yeah, probably not. No, I guess the thing though is, and like, well, the way like the theater is that I attended last night, it's like they have that barrier now. So you kind of like are blocked out.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You can't really see below you, which is nice. So I don't know. I guess future, if you're gonna do that in the future, maybe sit in the front row, and so no one cares. Like, you're not craning your neck or anything, and you know you're by the screen, so it's already bright. I don't know, but yeah, just turn your phone off.
Yeah, it's that's the problem. It's just too much with the phones now.
Yeah,
and whenever I go, which actually the Ghostbusters one was like pretty cool, because I expected there to be nobody in there, like there usually isn't.
Yeah.
But there was actually people in there, and like younger kids and stuff, and they were like screaming like Ghostbusters during the song and stuff, and I thought like, dude, I like this energy.
Yeah, well, Jaws, my favorite movie, had their 50th anniversary this last year, and so I went and saw it on IMAX, and yeah, same kind of thing, like the energy in there was good. So I think those kind of movies, when people like, or when it's something that's classic and has a kind of a fan base and is re-released or whatever, you get the people who appreciate it to attend, which is nice. So it's not just like randos.
I have a whole. I know we've been off topic for a while,
Right.
but I just. What do you think about like the people bringing in the whole family and like camping equipment? Like when they bring in like blankets and pillows and all.
Honestly, like the movies I go and watch, I don't have this experience because I'm just like, I don't know, I go and see like just this random like action movie or drama or whatever that's not like necessarily a big franchise, so I don't get that a lot.
I guess it's just because when I saw like Super Mario and stuff,
Uh,
and it's like yeah they bring in
right.
this whole thing and you
They
just
think
hear
it's their living room.
yeah, and they don't even get dressed and it's like it's 1 p.m.
Oh,
Like the movie theater opens at 10, so regardless,
yeah.
it's come on. And usually they're just like the loudest people. So I don't know if anybody hears this, but if you're those people, just don't be loud. I guess it's not even the fact that they bring in the bedding.
Right. just be.
Yeah,
just
it's
be
just the
quiet.
fact that usually you're the loudest people. And then they always almost have like a newborn
Uh,
that starts which I have a newborn. I'm not gonna bring him into a movie theater.
right.
Like, why would I do that to anybody? He's not going to remember it. All we're going to do is make it harder on the crowd or harder on us. Because if he starts screaming, somebody's got to go outside with him.
For sure, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. They're lucky I'm not an usher.
You should. That's what you should do now. You should just become an usher.
Dude, I wanted to work at a movie theater. We had a friend, the other Michael, who worked at a movie theater.
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends who worked at theaters.
Dude, that's the only reason I've seen Twilight movies. Because they were for free. He would get me in for free. He could take a friend.
There you go. Get some popcorn.
And I told you that story where we laughed at the dude.
Yeah.
Oh well,
the other dude. That's a thing now. I guess you just laugh at dudes in movie theaters and they leave.
depending on the movie theater.
Yeah.
Huh? But that's a story for another time. I don't even care, Maddie. You can cut that out.
Oh man.
I don't know. What else do we got? Is that it?
Getting too old for this shit, Michael.
Yeah. Did we miss anything?
Dude. I mean, I don't think so. I would play this game. I wouldn't play it like super long, but I could see myself like, you know what? I'm gonna play a level today or whatever. Or try to, anyways, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I think we had fun playing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say besides the Rocky game, because it's a different generation of console and gaming experience, but I would definitely pick this game over the Home Improvement game.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I don't know.
And I've never played the RoboCop game, so I can't attest to that.
Yeah, the RoboCop one was probably on the. No, RoboCop was more difficult.
Okay.
It just wasn't as frustrating
Right.
because this one would really just get up. Because the fourth level, it has like fans and stuff that you have to float on.
Oh yeah.
Which, so whatever, it wasn't the worst thing, but when you're trying to get up, like on these levels, and you hit a button, and then these steps come out, and you only have the steps for so long, and then you drop and you lose life. And when you try to get up on this platform, the fan turns on, and if you can't like jump right onto the platform, you just get stuck. Where you can't jump off or anything, and then you just fall and lose more health.
That's crazy.
And that kept happening, and then I kept getting like blown off stuff because of the fan on the platforms. And like I get it's supposed to increase difficulty so you play longer, but it just got so damn annoying.
Yeah.
Where I just paused it and went and did something else for a while and came back. Because I don't know if anybody could hear me, but I was cussing at it. No, I was
got the frustration, the gamer frustration.
yeah, the cat came in and checked on me.
Like, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, she came in and started trying to sit on my lap.
You need a friend right now.
And then I became abusive. It was like, not now. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. It was just it was really frustrating. But I don't know. I still liked it. Other than that, level 4 sucked.
Yeah, right.
But you got it. Just knock out level 4 first. I guess that would be for anybody who's playing. That's my tip. Anybody who's playing it and you were going to try to beat it, start out with level 4, then level 1, and then 2 and 3 are about the same in difficulty, I think. But yeah, go 4, then 1, see where you're at life wise, then keep going.
Yeah, it sounds like a good strategy.
Yeah, and why was the fifth one was just middle difficulty?
Oh, the police station?
Yeah, because it was like 4 and 1 were the hardest, 2, 3, and 5 were
Okay.
5 was a little more difficult than 2 and 3, but not terrible. I think it really was hey, good for you, like sticking with it.
Yeah, right.
Because I think that's just a trend with these ocean games. I think that's going to be their whole gift. 5 levels, RoboCop was 6, and both of them, if you don't die a lot, yeah, you can beat them within an hour.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't know if Beethoven's an ocean game.
I
Or
was going to ask, what other ocean games are there? Because maybe that's a lead to start with for other episode ideas.
This may shock you, but I've done no research on this. The only way I found out it was ocean is because it's on the front of the cartridge.
Right.
And I thought, didn't I just see that last week? And that was about
familiar.
My knowledge of it. I thought it's about the same setup of just difficulty and being short.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see what else I got ocean wise.
Cool.
But
cool.
not a terrible developer. I still enjoyed both the games.
Yeah.
Because I've heard people and listened to podcasts where they complain about certain producers who come out with video games, how terrible they are, and I'm sure we'll get to those.
Yeah. There's definitely always going to be, styles and the way things are developed and the templates people use and things like that kind of always bleed through and you can definitely tell like a signature or similarities between things. So so far, yeah, lots of, I don't know, maybe we're just easy to appease.
That's what I was worried about, is I don't want people to think that I'm too kind to all of these games, because I have played games that suck.
Yeah.
And like I said, I read the reviews on most of these besides Rocky. Like Rocky seemed like it got pretty positive reviews. The other 3 that I've played, RoboCop, Lethal Weapon, and Home Improvement, got terrible reviews for difficulty and things like that. But I'll get to crappy games. Like, don't worry. Because before we even started this, the first game that I was originally going to do was Cool World.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie either.
Didn't even know it was a movie.
Yeah, it was a Brad Pitt movie.
Oh,
well,
nice.
Or at least, I don't know, they keep showing him on the poster. It could be one of those things where he became a star later, so they put him on the poster. I don't know.
Right.
But I haven't seen the movie, and I never played the game, and I thought, oh, this might be a good place to start. I tried to play that game. It's crap. Like, I just...
No redeeming quality.
No, I tried a few times to pick it up and play it. I just hated it. But I guess we can watch the movie at some point.
I mean, we gotta play it too. We gotta pick it up at least one time together.
Because so far, like with this game, I'm happy it didn't beat me. The way I look at it, I don't look at I didn't beat a game. Sometimes I do. This game is one that I think it would have beat me if I would have quit. Home Improvement, it didn't beat me. I just got bored with it. I didn't beat it. This one, it would have been like very easy attainable. It would be attainable to beat it. But can you just keep going through that frustration and the annoying levels?
Yeah, are you gonna persevere or not,
So this game, and I would say RoboCop 30, didn't beat me.
Nice. All right. On the scale of did the game beat Michael or not? Michael's only been beaten by none of the 3 games.
None of the 3.
Just got bored with the other.
Yeah, just too repetitive. I already said that before in the review of it.
So is that the game beating you though?
I don't know, just annoying the hell out of me. Yeah.
It just wore you down.
I'm gonna go back to it.
All right.
Okay, but yeah, Cool World didn't beat me. Cool World just blows. We're gonna get to that review, but
it's not even a game at that point, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you play it, but I'm gonna probably have to make you play it. Once you start, you're not gonna want to be a part of that.
It beat me pretty quick then.
So, Lethal Weapon, did they game it?
I think they gamed it, but I don't know, maybe I just love the franchise so much where I'm like, oh, I could throw it on for a little bit, and I wouldn't probably be any levels, but I would be just quoting it to myself while I'm playing it and entertained enough.
Well, then I think they get it. They gamed it because
Okay.
if you're a fan of the franchise and you think it's good enough, I'd say they gamed it.
I mean, it's not the best game in the world, don't get me wrong. It would be cool if they actually made a game.
Yeah,
on-
I wish they actually made one for like the PlayStation, or I'd settle for like a PS2 one.
Yeah, sure.
But I'd say they gamed it. I could tell it was Lethal Weapon. The platforming's a little weird. Like when we watched the third one, there were so many environments that they could have implemented into the
Yeah,
game
you're
that
like,
they didn't.
that's a better level to base or situation to base the level on rather than like a sewer.
Yeah, they had one in a whole construction complex site.
Yeah.
And you could have done that. It's but I would still say it's a Lethal Weapon game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. After watching the third movie, it definitely has a lot more tie-ins that make it relevant where you're like, okay, this isn't just random. This does tie into the movie franchise. So I'd say the game did as well.
So I guess for ranking, how many bullets would you give out of 6 in Murtaugh's revolver for this one?
I would give it 3 bullets out of Murtaugh's revolver.
I think I give it 4.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
the
fair.
4th one's a blank, but I think I enjoyed it enough. I think it's just because I played so many bad games
Yeah.
that I would give it that.
I don't, like I said, I could just throw this on. Like every now and then I would just be like, all right, I'm going to play a little Lethal Weapon. I wouldn't progress too much or whatever. Who knows? Maybe I'd surprise myself, but that's where I would go with it.
I guess that's what gives it the 4th one for me.
Yeah.
Is because I could play it again. Like if you asked me to play right now, I'd be like, no big deal. If you asked me to play another game, I'd be like, eh.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Home Improvement. I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to play it anymore.
Yeah, no, it's just out of necessity that I'm going to try to beat it.
Right on.
Because I want a good run.
Okay. You were. Like, honestly, every time I check in with you on that game, it's like, oh, wow, you've gotten that much more into it?
Because I thought I lost a step when it came to Home Improvement. Maybe this just isn't for me anymore, playing these 30-year-old
like
games.
You're Murtaugh getting ready to retire.
Yeah, maybe I am too old for this shit. And I almost did the voice, but I don't know.
It's borderline.
I don't know if I can get away with it. It's how he sounds. He's rough and gravelly, and you could tell
Right.
he's probably a little darker than you would imagine I look. So I don't know if I could do the voice.
Best just not to do it, right?
Yeah, well, I'll do it in private. You shake your head. Well, I feel good. I beat 3 out of the 4 that we've done.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I don't even know. Like I said, the RoboCop 3 one, or was it just RoboCop or RoboCop?
It was
3?
RoboCop 3.
Okay, yeah. I don't know that one. So, but yeah, you got 3 out of the 4, which is incredible. It's good pace so far, 75%.
I'm surprised. I thought that, well, I knew the Rocky one I would get, but I didn't know if I was going to beat any of these 3.
Yeah.
And we'll see what the next one, since I bought Starsky and Hutch, we'll check that out.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one too.
So that'll be new for both of us.
Good old Huggy Bear.
Good old Huggy Bear. All right. Until next time, Sean.
Take care, man.
Bye.
I suppose we have to register you as a lethal weapon.